The Lancaster Clean Water Partners is a network of diverse partner organizations, local leaders in business, municipal public service, higher education, conservation planning, and nonprofit management that come together to achieve the shared goal of clean and clear water by 2040. In 2018, the PA Department of Environmental Protection had a statewide watershed implementation plan, or WIP, that included nutrient and sediment reduction goals. DEP invited the counties to write their own plan, a Countywide Action Plan, or CAP, to achieve their allocation of those nutrient and sediment goals. But what is the CAP?
Lancaster's CAP is a tool that serves as a roadmap to help us achieve our local water quality goals. It is part of Pennsylvania's Watershed Implementation Plan, which includes nutrients and sediment goals. Lancaster is tasked with achieving an 11 million pound reduction to nitrogen, and that is part of how we use our CAP to get closer to those goals. That 11 million pounds is 20% of the state's requirements to achieve the Watershed Implementation Plan. In Lancaster, we have a bigger goal of clean and clear by 2040, and the CAP is a tool to help us get there.
Lancaster County truly operates as a whole community. We have shared goals and we collaborate for a bigger impact. So in true Lancaster County fashion, we took a collaborative approach to have a team be the CAP coordinator that leads this program.
So the CAP coordinator team serves, the best way to describe it is a translator. You know, at the federal level, they have their own lingo. Same at the state level here in Pennsylvania. So one of our primary purposes is to sort of serve as that translator to make sure locally we understand the expectations, the conditions, what we need to achieve, and simultaneously take that info of what we do and translate it back to the state and federal level so we get credited with our efforts.
The CAP coordinator team is comprised of 4 partner organizations: David Miller Associates, Land Studies, Lancaster Farmland Trust, and Lancaster County Conservation District, along with the Clean Water Partners backbone staff. They are the lead for implementing the details of the CAP. Their unique experience, ability to have strong peer-to-peer interactions, and a natural tendency to work at the strategic level help to build our network capacity.
Yeah, I think if you look at the collective impact that the CAP coordinator team has been pretty tremendous, especially when you think about the organizations that are part of that team, the individuals that are involved. These are folks that are experts within their particular sector and have the networks and the contacts throughout the community that can really lead into and ensure that Lancaster County is making considerable progress and achieving tangible results related to the Countywide Action Plan and the goals that Lancaster County has to meet.
So why does having a CAP coordinator team help Lancaster County achieve more?
We have so many players. The only way we can accomplish this is by having coordination between all these groups for the data, for the processes that we need to develop to gather the information. If we didn't have a central group to coordinate all these activities, it'd be impossible to deliver the deliverables.
Matt Koffroth, Assistant District Manager for Lancaster County Conservation District, said, "The coordinator team helps divide these goals into smaller bite-sized pieces so that various subgroups or action teams can work on them as opposed to 1 or 2 larger groups trying to tackle all the goals in the CAP at one time." Being transparent about the CAP coordinator team's responsibilities and their results is part of living our shared values and our network approach. So with a $100,000 investment every year in this work, here are a few of the results. Being a part of the CAP coordinator team also benefits the participating organizations.
Our ability to be out there speaking with farmers, getting to know them, learning to understand what their challenges are, promoting those best management practices, ultimately also leads to a conversation about the potential permanent protection of their farms, which has been a significant benefit for Lancaster Farmland Trust.
What does the CAP coordinator team need to include or prioritize in 2025?
So 2025 is a big year. We're at the end of the original TMDL target end date of 2025 that was set about 15 years ago. Currently, though, at the federal level, we're developing beyond 2025. And what comes out of that work group and those agreements amongst the Chesapeake Bay partners is really going to drive the next 5 to 10 years of what our focus will be. We're going to have to reformulate potentially some of our CAP priorities just so we align a little better with the expectations at the state and federal level.
In 2025, this answer might seem incredible, but we need to include more people. One of the things we want to look at is how do we get better participation from farmers not only implementing BMPs, but also reporting BMPs.
The value the CAP coordinator team brings to clean water efforts in Lancaster County comes down to one word:
Impact, simply put. I think when you look at the impact that Lancaster has had in terms of achieving its goals, with much of that driven by the CAP coordinator team and trying to implement the countywide action plan, I think simply put, its impact.
Thank you to all the CAP coordinator team members for their dedication to this program. And thank you to our partner organizations who have worked so hard to implement Lancaster's CAP since 2018. 2025 is here and we've achieved an incredible amount of success, improving Lancaster's water quality and the quality of life for the community. From here to 2040 and beyond, let's go.